About me tag, except it's not really the about me tag. It's more like I've taken some questions that I found on the internet, and also I've asked a bunch of you guys to ask me questions via my Twitter, so I'm going to be answering them, and I'm hoping that the concept is that you guys who are kind enough to follow me and watch my videos get to know a little bit more about myself from my mouth rather than from my drawing. And also I want to apologise for the crappy editing that went wrong, I don't know how, in my last video, but in my Draw My Life, but anyway, what can you do? So I'm going to start with a few questions from this thing that I found, and then I'll get to you guys' questions. So, what is your first name? My first name is Alexia, but everybody calls me Lexi. Where are you from? I am half English, half Greek. I live in London, and yeah. Okay, one of the questions is what's your phone number, but I'm not going to read that one out loud. What's your favourite food? This is a hard one because there's so many things that I love, but I think I'll have to go with like French fries, or I feel like potatoes are so versatile and they're just carboliciously delicious, and I just love them, and there is nothing more delicious and satisfying than a like spot on bunch of French fries. Like, oh, gotta love that. Or sweet potato fries. What is your favourite drink? I'm gonna have to say Red Bull. I know it's terrible. Oh, actually, I don't know if it's my favourite, but it's the drink that I drink a lot, and I know that's not healthy and all that stuff, and it's probably going to spark debate, but it's the truth. What are your hobbies? My hobbies, I don't know, I have a whole bunch. Cars, I love cars, I love driving cars. I love snowboarding and skiing, I love paintballing. I love going to shooting ranges when I'm in America. I've only been once, but I know that it's something that I'm going to like do a lot of because I just love it so much. That's a variety of my hobbies. Obviously, my YouTube is like my favourite one. Do you have a pet? Yes, I have 3 pets. I have 3 chihuahuas. One you can see here, that's Coco. And then I have 2 little white ones, Daisy and Lulu. What is your favourite sport? Probably skiing or snowboarding that I actually do. But favourite sport that I like to watch, I don't really know. I like to watch football sometimes if it's an interesting like match or if it's the World Cup. What is your favourite kind of movie? So with me, there's 2. I love either a really good comedy or like a really, really scary horror. Sorry about the light, like adjusting, sun's just left. But yeah, those are my favourite genres or my favourite kind of movie. Where did you go to school? I went to school in London from the age of 0 to 4. I went to nursery and I went to the lycée français. I then moved to Paris and went to a school there, and then after 8 years moved back to London, and I went to school here, and then I went to college here, and then I went to beauty school here, and then I went back to college, and yeah. How do you get to school? Okay, I'm going to skip that one. I don't think that's very interesting. What does your father do? My father is retired, but he is a qualified engineer. He was. What does your mother do? My mother is retired. Well, I wouldn't say she's retired. Well, yeah, I guess. She used to model. How many people are there in your family? Oh my god. Lots. What do you... Okay, these are silly. I'm going to skip these ones. What's your favourite kind of music? I love hip hop and R&B. That's probably what there is the most of on my iPod. Okay, I can't even read some of these. What's your favourite restaurant? I'd have to say Kai in Mayfair. It's a Chinese restaurant. It's where we went for my hen night, and I've been there loads. It's somewhere that my family have taken me, and it's just one of those places that I've like... Well, I loved it from the first time, but I just have grown to love it even more throughout the years. How often do you brush your teeth? Every day, twice a day. How many times do you brush your teeth? How often do you take a shower? What are some of these questions? Okay. Okay, well, I'm just gonna like move on from these questions because they're stupid. So let's get to the questions that you guys asked me. Okay. This is, I'm going to put you guys' like names in. So this is at Lani Bell. Apologies if I said your name wrong. Where do you want to be in 5 years? Physically, emotionally, geographically. Where do I want to be? Physically, I'd like to be looking the same, if not better. Yeah. Emotionally, obviously the same, still married. I would like to be thinking about kids, if not carrying a child. And geographically, I will probably still be in London, let's be real. But where I would like to be is in Miami. But is that going to happen? I don't know. Okay, so next question. Okay. Apologies, my camera decided that it wanted to just die. So the lovely Sarah Comprend, so Sarah Comprende, I'll put her name. So she'd really love to hear me speak French. And this has been something that I have been asked lots of, so I'm just going to do it. So I'm just going to like improvise like I did on the day of my speech, my like oral speech for my GCSEs. I just made it up, obviously like on the spot, because French was like, is my second language, almost. So, well, yeah, pretty much. So, bonjour, je m'appelle Alexia, j'habite à Londres, j'ai 3 petites chiennes, je suis mariée, oh là là, mon français est terrible, il y a tellement de mots que j'ai oubliés, mon orthographe, la conjugaison, tout ça c'est de la merde. Et voilà, j'ai parlé français. Bisous à tous mes amis français, moi. Okay, so that was me speaking French. On to the next question. At Honey Ashley, would you ever think of moving to Miami? I think about it all the time. It's just something that is very unrealistic. It's really, really hard to attain a green card, to move there. I don't have any family out there. To work there, you have to have a minimum of a degree, which neither I or Fabio have, so I'm going to retire in Miami. That's my plan. Okay. Who's your biggest inspiration in life? I'd probably have to say my mum. Would you ever visit Australia? Hell yeah. Sorry, would you ever, who's your biggest inspiration was Kaylee Popple, at Kaylee Popple _ and at Chloe Betts. Would you ever visit Australia? Yes, I would. I'd love to. I have family out there and I've heard wonderful things. What's your fashion / beauty guilty pleasure? Fashion would have to be designer items, and beauty would have to be like more expensive skincare. Like, so I tend to kind of try and buy like creme de la mer. That's probably my guilty pleasure, because it is really expensive, but it's amazing. Next question. What is your #1 product tip to keep long hair glossy and healthy? My #1 tip would be avoid heat, dye, all that kind of stuff, because that's what ruined my hair, because I did way too much of it. And my #1 product, I'd have to say Carol's Daughter. I love their stuff, and I just noticed that my hair is so nice when I use that stuff. I'm like sitting like such a weirdo. Anyway, that was at Annabelle Peach, who had asked me about hair tips. At Maria Veronica would like to know, what is my greatest fear? Hers is death, and I've got to say that probably at my point in life now, probably the same. I'm also quite scared of giving birth. I'm like terrified. Like absolutely terrified. Like I'm like once you're like heavily pregnant as well, it's like only gonna come out of one place. So I'm gonna have to say that. At louvis Jafar. Okay, I'm probably saying these really bad. Inspiration / influencers ? My parents, because they worked really hard. My friends inspire me. I think I'm inspired by pretty much like a lot of things. Fashion wise, I've got to say like Tumblr and bloggers and stuff mostly. I don't know, it's a kind of hard one. At Julie Sparkling, do you or did you ever feel that making YouTube videos was a duty? Do you think that YouTube gurus are a fashion that will pass? Oh, this is a good one. Sometimes I don't feel like it's a duty, but I feel like if I don't do it, then, you know, there are people that enjoy watching my videos and it's kind of like I'm letting them down. Do I think that YouTube gurus are a fashion that will pass? I think everything kind of passes. You grow out of pretty much everything. I don't know if I'll be, you know, 50 and still doing YouTube videos, but I can't speak for everyone. I think I'm going to try and keep it as consistent as possible and kind of grow with it, and I'm just going to have to see where it takes me. The same person, Julie Sparkling. Do you feel bad when you eat something really fat and full of shit? Do you enjoy reading? What are your favourite books? Okay, so I do feel really bad when I eat something fattening, but it doesn't stop me from eating fattening things. Like hunger possesses me. And do you get that where you like pig out and you're like, oh my god, why did I do that? But then whenever you're hungry again, that just goes and you just eat again. That's me. I do enjoy reading. I don't have really any favourite books. I am open for recommendations because I never read growing up, like as a teenager, and I want to start reading. So please, if you have any good books, I'd love some recommendations. If you only have one beauty product for the rest of your life, what would it be? Foundation. Sorry, I keep forgetting names. That was Ramizayazd. I'm just going to put the thing because I'm really bad. Favourite model? Same person, by the way. I'd have to say... Oh. I really like Miranda Kerr. I love Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, but I don't really know much about her. Whereas I know that I've heard that Miranda Kerr, well, is a lovely person, so I'll say her. This is a cheeky one from Cara1818. Did you buy your own house / car, or did your parents? Either way, they're both lovely. Thank you. My house that I live in at the moment, so basically I was living in a flat in the same area, and I had no hot water and no electricity. And so my dad is very smart and makes investments, and he invested in this house that I'm living in. And because obviously I had to go back to my parents' house all the time to shower and whatnot, my dad let me move in here. But so even though I didn't buy the house, I do pay my own bills and whatnot, so thumbs up. And my car was a gift. It was for my 21st birthday. It was my present. At Holly, if you could work for any fashion label, who would it be and why? Chanel! Because it's Chanel! Or Christian Louboutin, because it's Christian Louboutin. I don't think I need to say more than that. What are some of your pet peeves? Is from at Penetha. Some of my pet peeves. When you sneeze, people don't say bless you. When people are just rude for no reason. Like really overly arrogant people really get on my tits. Pet peeves. Oh, I've got loads. When people leave shit on the floor and then don't pick it up. I'm not even gonna go, but I've got quite a few. So at RBKHHHNDS, I think, says, how can you afford such beautiful things like Chanel bags and louboutins? I've been really blessed and lucky that a lot of my bags were either hand-me-downs, they belong to my mum, or to relatives, or they were gifted to me, and some of my stuff I've saved for. So my biggest recommendation to you guys is, if you really want something and you're obviously earning, then the best thing and the most rewarding feeling is to save up for them. And I know obviously you can't maybe not be able to put a lot of money, but even if it takes a year or whatever, it will be so worth it, trust me. Obviously if you're into those kind of things. At Ellie1986, question for you, you're about me. What's your favourite area in London to hang out? I love Momo's. It's on Heddon Street. I will put the link below. Definitely check it out if you're into Lebanese kind of Moroccan-y food. At Carolina Asher, are you ever going to visit South America? Yes, I hope to. I really want to. Do I have a P.O. box? No, I don't. And I think that is it with the questions. So I hope that you guys feel like you know me a little bit better. yeah, if you have any more questions, then maybe we'll do a part 2 video if there's a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you in my next one.